குறைஞ்சது 1 மணி Good morning, everyone. Is my voice is audible?
Yes, ma'am, audible.
Okay, ma'am. Can we start, ma'am?
Yeah, ma'am, we can start.
Okay, okay.
Good morning to our esteemed participants and distinguished speaker, Dr. B. Chinna Muthu. On behalf of our department, we welcome you all to second day of our workshop on univariate and bivariate analysis. It is a pleasure to see you all back here, ready to delve deeper into the tangle of data analysis. Yesterday, we started on a journey of exploring the fundamental concepts of SPSS, gaining valuable insights, and today we will be continuing our exploration, extending our understanding to the dynamic domain of univariate and bivariate analysis. Once again, I extend my warmest welcome to each of you. May today be filled with enlightening discoveries, meaningful connections, and invaluable experience. Sir, we can start, sir. Over to you, sir. Chinnamuthu, sir. Sir, shall we start?
Sir, you are in mute, sir. Sir?
Thank you, madam. Thank you once again. Am I audible to all?
Yes, sir, you are audible,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, madam. Yes, I'm checking my. Actually, I'm checking my audio. Ma'am, am I audible now?
Yes, sir. You are
Yes,
audible,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I think the issues with my headset. I can directly connect you with the system speaker, but I couldn't hear through my headphones. That is an issue. Anyway, if things are audible, I think I can proceed with today's session. Uh,
Sir, your voice is audible, sir.
right. Can you all see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
Can you all see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
So friends, today we are going to discuss on this univariate and bivariate analysis. And with regard to univariate and bivariate, we have to discuss so many concepts. That's why I've kept this exactly today, and tomorrow we are going to discuss on multivariate analysis. With regard to univariate analysis, we have several concepts like
Sir, your voice is not audible, sir.
sir, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. Now it's okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. So I'm just stop presenting my PPT and straight away I'm getting into SPSS screen
Your
today.
voice is not audible, sir.
Now,
Yes, sir. Now it's okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
okay. So I'm just stop presenting my PPT and straight away I'm getting into SPSS screen.
Your voice is not audible, sir.
Now,
Yes, sir. Now it's okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
so dear friends, can you see my SPSS file now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So yesterday we have seen how to do a data coding like from variable 1 till the last variable, which includes both independent and dependent. And today we are going to just adjust all the coding in this SPSS file and we can slowly start the analysis. Um, so can somebody tell me like what we have discussed yesterday with regard to independent variable? Am I audible to all? Can you see my screen now?
Yes, sir, you're audible now.
Screen is not visible, sir.
Okay. Uh, Give me a minute. I don't know why this technical problem happening today. Just give me a minute. So somebody please let me know once the screen is up so that I can continue. I think there is a lag in audio. That is a problem.
Sir, we can able to see your screen.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Am I clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, perfect. I think the issues are fixed now. Very sorry, extremely sorry. Can you see my SPSS file screen?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. I think there is some problem with my audio settings, and anyway, I think it's fixed now. So, friends, yesterday we started discussing on the questionnaire, and this is the same question today we are going to discuss. And as you all aware, yesterday I've also cut and pasted all the details in the data view. Can you all see the data view now? It
Yes,
is
sir.
just a copy paste that I have
Yes, sir.
done. And now I'm getting into this variable view. So yesterday also I also taught you that how to do a coding, and today we are going with all the manual coding one by one, because I'm not teaching many tools today, so we can go slowly, nothing wrong in that. uh, all we need is, even if we learn one statistical tool, we need to learn it very clearly. That is my only expectations. And I've just adjusted all the detail now. So first, I'm just going to fill in the label. Uh, just see everything in the screen and stop me um, if anything is going wrong. Right? First one is gender, age, and we can also manually fill the values. So somebody, please tell me what is the first value as per the questionnaire for gender.
One.
One for male and two for
Male, male.
perfect. So we can give okay. So second question is on age, and it is first option is up to 30 years.
30 years.
Okay, first option up to 30 years. And second option, it is going to be 31 to 40 years. And third option, it is going to be 41 to 50 years. And fourth option, above 50 years. Right? So it is added and second question is fixed. Only for demographic variable, it will take much time. Otherwise, we can finish it off in time. So don't worry. Another thing is one unmarried and two, it is married. So this is for the third variable. You can give OK. And fourth variable is annual family income. Family income. Again, it is going to be in rupees. So first option is below 2 lakhs. Below 2 lakhs. Hope you're all viewing it correctly. Next option is 2 to 4 lakhs. And third option is 4 to 6 lakhs. Hope you're all watching that even I'm adjusting the proper spacing because it is going to exactly reflect in your report. And final option is above 6 lakhs. That is fourth. Are you all following? Can you hear some yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So now we are going to code this yes or no question. But the problem is we always see the sixth question, what goods do you usually shop online? We cannot type this question in the SPSS because we have multiple variables under that. So what we need to do is we just need to copy paste the variable that is needed, but you need to keep in your mind that for what purpose the variables are provided. So here, as you all aware, the first option is yes, and second option is going to be no. So I'm not going to recode it for all the other options. I'm just going to copy and going to paste it. Clear? Can you all see it? Perfect. And again, for the online shopping website you make use, we have given 4 options and the same variables that we are going to consider. So I'm going to copy and paste it. Are you all following this copy paste thing?
Yes, sir.
Perfect, perfect. I know many of you may be very well versed in statistics and SPSS, but I'm starting from very basic just to help all the students and research scholars parallelly. Now we are moving on to a very crucial part, which is section B and section C, as well as we have section D. So what we can do is blindly we can copy and paste all the variables one by one. And please make sure that these variables numbers are matching here. It is B1 till B5. And again for payment safety, we have B2 to B7. I think this thing consists of more variable. And next one is product selection. Again, 4 options. Sorry, 4 variables. And transaction safety, 3 variables. Consumer shopping experience, which is section C, 4 variables. And finally, consumer satisfaction, we have 5 variables. All seems to be perfect, right? Yes. Now what we need to do? Yes, someone?
Code them.
That's all. So 5, we can start from 5. You may ask me why it is not 1. Instead, I'm giving 5 for strongly agree. Can somebody tell me why we are coding like that? Yes. Can somebody respond to my question? Why we are coding first option strongly agree as 5. In case for demographic variable, if the first option is going to be up to 30 years, we are coding it as 1. Why? Any guesses? Because normally when students and scholars are coming to me and asking for the statistical tools, I often check their Excel file and see the data coding, which is wrongly done most of the time for providing number 1 for strongly agree, and number 5 for strongly disagree. Why we are giving more weightage to the strength of the variable? Can somebody just share your views?
Because it will enable us to perform mathematical and statistical analysis.
Excellent. Actually, your answer is very nearest, madam. You all need to understand whenever we use Likert 5-point scale or 7-point scale, you need to remember the person who created the scale. It is Dr. Renis Likert, who is a very famous psychiatrist in United States. And the Likert scale age is actually more than 100 years. It is in 1800s. This person, Renis Likert, has given this scale. All you need to understand is whenever you are using any scaling questions, you need to understand you are not measuring anything which is very normal in happenings. You are actually measuring the psychological viewpoint of the respondents, right? For example, you can simply ask someone whether you are satisfied with this product. They can give yes or no. But psychologically speaking, there is no binary answer for human perception, preference, and their thought process. Right? I think Madam Nagalakshmi also has given some valid details to get normal distribution. That is also a nearest answer. Even if you ask me, I'm a married person. If you ask me whether I like my wife, no option. If you give me an option, yes or no, what will be my answer? Any guesses? I think more married people should be here.
Yes.
Mostly yes. If I say no, then I will not be allowed to even enter my house. Right. But the question, likelihood, is it something that we can answer in a binary manner or in a perception basis? I mean, when I say perception basis, it's related to the mental perception or psychological opinion. It is more of psychological opinion, right? The likelihood or preference is something. So instead of asking yes or no, if you give me a 10-point scale to rate my wife, what will I do? What will I do if you give me a rating scale?
You will rate according to your own perception.
Perfect. For example, from morning till evening, I am watching my wife today and I'm seeing that she's doing multiple things for me. For example, she made me happy for 7 times and she made me upset for 3 times. Then what will be my perceptual score for my wife towards likelihood?
Neutral.
It is 7. I think uh, Madam Gauri Ramalingam has properly stated it is 7. Why? Because my likelihood is for a positive feeling that I have towards my wife, and my non-likelihood is for the negative things that I'm having for my wife. You may think why this fellow is explaining this Likert scale. I'm actually explaining this to make you all understand when, why, and where you should use Likert scale. For example, you are going to a normal hotel and your study is related to a customer satisfaction related to hotel industry. If you're going to a normal hotel and if you're giving a question whether you're satisfied with the uh, uh, with the services provided by this hotel, if you're providing a Likert scale of 5, it is easy for them. For example, just imagine you are entering the hotel. The first thing is impression, ambience. If you feel it is good, then the one score is ready. Then you're going for a seating, and if you find your table, chair, everything is neat, hygiene, well placed, right? Then there is an add on of one more point of satisfaction. Then now the food is ordered. If the food is served in a timely manner, one more point. And when you taste the food, if you feel that it is really out of the world, then again one more point. Then after eating, where will we all go? After eating food, what is the next
And wash.
thing? Hand wash. But when you go for a hand wash, you feel it is little clumsy, not very hygienic. Then now tell me, I have given you 5 points of service enjoyment, and now I am also giving you a feedback form to measure the perception towards the satisfaction of the thing. What will be a score? Exactly, it should be 4. Because out of 5 things that you have enjoyed, you feel one is not fit into point, but all the 4 things are good. Or because of hand wash not being hygiene, will you give 1 or 2? Is it a justifiable point or not? It is totally not justifiable. So you have to give Likert 5-point scale when your perception is limited to certain level. Now I'm going to ask you the same question. If you're going to study the customer satisfaction of consumer who are consuming food or who are enjoying the service of 7-star hotel like ITC Chola in Chennai, can you use 5-point Likert scale? Can you still use 5-point Likert scale? No. Perfect. Then you have to go for 7-point or 10-point scale. Why? What is the reason? What is the reason for using 10-point scale for ITC Chola but not with the normal hotel? Because the perception value that you have to give should be more. When you enter ITC Chola, your perception starts from parking your vehicle, taking the stairs, meeting a reception, booking a room, or booking a suite. And again, if you book a suite, again the room cleanliness, water supply, swimming pool, garden, everything you have to rate. So the perception should always be little lengthy, or the level of perception is quite higher, then you cannot restrict your satisfaction or feedback with 5-point. Then you should move on to 10-point. That is the reason Rennes Likert has actually formulated more than 50 Likert point scales. But I still remember all of my scholars or most of my scholars simply they will use 5-point scale. Strongly agree to disagree. Again, you should be very careful in using this agreement scale, frequency scale, and so many type of scales are there. You have nearly 20 to 30 type of scales. I still remember people want to identify the awareness level of people. Still, they will give strongly agree. Instead of strongly agree, what you should give as an option? Hope you're all following me.
Somewhat agree.
Yes, sir.
If it is
Yes,
not
sir.
going to be an agreement scale, what scale you have to use to measure the level of awareness? You have to provide, instead of strongly agree, you have to provide highly aware, aware, neutral, unaware, highly unaware. For example, usage of frequency in usage of ATM, you have to give more often, often, neutral, sometimes, less often, or never. So even while choosing a proper option, you need to be very clear in using the Likert scale. I know that I've taken much time in explaining the Likert scale because I feel the Likert scale is very important to understand and study the dependent variable. So here I'm giving 5 weightage. Again, coming to the question, why we are giving 5 as a weightage? Because according to the psychological perception, if your perception is high, you have to code it with a high level of scoring. If the perception is less, you have to provide a low level of scoring. Have you heard about cross coding? Anyone? Have you heard about this concept of cross coding?
No, sir. Can you enlighten on it?
Right. Cross coding or reverse coding is a concept where you want to study the respondent psychological behavior like customer preference or customer satisfaction. But normally, you all know when people are provided with the Google form or a sheet, what they normally do? Without first they will read 1 or 2 statements or variable. Immediately they will give 545454 or 555444. So in order to make the customer, you have to identify whether the customer has properly read the questionnaire. or not, you will include negative variable in between or dummy variables in between. Then you have to provide the questionnaire. For example, if you take the questionnaire which we have circulated, if are you all seeing the screen, the questionnaire?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If the first question is on, I use only familiar website. I get suggestions from known trusted persons. I look for security logs. I keep updating the antivirus software. In case of need, I don't hesitate to place online orders in public terminals. Right? Now tell me, is there any negative variable or all variables seems to be positive? Most of the variables seems to be positive, right? So on reading the first two variables, what people always think? They want to give a score of 5, 4. For example, if I change the fourth variable, I don't update my antivirus software in my computer system regularly, then it will become a negative variable. So if a person is genuinely filling this questionnaire, will he or she give a score of 5 or 1 if he is very much concerned about website safety? Are you all following my question?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Normally, in 5-point Likert scale, you will give either the list of variables either in negative or positive. For example, here all the variables are positive. In order to identify whether the respondents have genuinely responded to your questionnaire or interview schedule, all you need to understand is you have to include some negative variables in between, and you should see whether the respondents have responded accordingly. In case, just imagine, I am having a high concern about website safety. So I will give 5, right? And I get suggestions from trusted person. I will give 5. Positive. Again, I will give 5. I keep updating. Maybe here if I'm going to change it as negative, what I should give? Should I give 5? I just added a negative variable because here I have included I don't keep updating the antivirus. Should I give 5 or what? If I'm concerned about website
Low.
safety,
It must be
I
lower,
should,
sir.
yes, I should give 1. Now, in case of need, I don't hesitate. Maybe I will give 4 because emergency, everybody tend to use public terminals. So I have given 1, right? In case while updating or coding the same variable in my system, that is in SPSS, should I code exactly like 55514? What should I do now in SPSS? I need to do a reverse coding. So in case if your questionnaire is having all positive variables and if the highest score is 5 and you're including any negative variable and getting a genuine response, then you have to give a reverse coding. So now tell me in SPSS when I code this one, how I should code it? As 5 or 1?
1.
In SPSS, when I code it, I
Five.
should code it as 5. Yes, the answer is correct. That is called as reverse coding. So friends, you need to understand the importance of reverse coding. Normally, in social sciences, if you're doing a normal research, you don't do a reverse coding or you don't include any complex variables or negative variables or dummy variables. But if you are doing any study very seriously, for example, if you are doing any study related to any sexual abusement, harassment, or even you are doing any study with the vulnerable category And if you feel that the study is going to be part of any government policy decision, then you need to be very careful in checking the genuinity of the respondents. In that case, you should definitely include dummy variables as well as negative positive variables in your study. That is why if you go to any psychologist or psychiatrist, when they assess you through a questionnaire, they never give either positive or negative. Instead, they will give you a very complex list of variables with both negative and positive variables. Hope you understand this concept. Shall I proceed further? Can I hear some yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So, being a researcher, you should be very aware of reverse coding or cross coding and all this. So, now we quickly go with 4. It should be agree. And 3, it should be neutral. And 2, it should be disagree. And 1, it should be strongly disagree. Clear? I'm giving okay. Am I going to code it again? What I'm just going to do?
Copy paste.
Copy paste.
That's all. So now the coding work is over. So friends, please look into this coding work. Data view is perfect. Variable view looks perfect. But SPSS need only nominal and scale variable. But what we have here? Nominal and ordinal data. So we want to proceed with the converting work. But before proceeding with the converting work, I would like to inform you, univariate analysis are not very special. You cannot directly uh, frame any specific questionnaire with the univariate variable. But if you want to do a univariate analysis, you can use one sample t-test and you have to frame your hypothesis accordingly for one sample t-test, right? But before going into that, what are all the data presentation that we can include in our study? Maybe for a safer side, I just open one Word document here just to cut copy and paste the output of SPSS. So can somebody tell me, can you all see my plain screen?
Yes,
What
sir.
are all the analysis that we can do for data analysis in your research report? First thing, simple percentage analysis. Second one is, any guesses?
Chi-square.
Okay, before that, yesterday we discussed about mean and average.
Okay, sir.
It is descriptive analysis,
Analysis.
right? What is descriptive analysis? Normally, we need to calculate,
Mean, median, mode.
yes,
Mean, median, mode.
yes, mean and standard deviation in general. You can also rank. If you want, you can also rank it. But I'm not going in deeper to it, but you can also rank it. So this is the very first basic analysis that you can do. Then after that, with regard to, I'm talking about univariate. Right? Then after that, you can do one sample t-test. Now with regard to bivariate, I think now you can start your list. Bivariate. We start with, what is it? Independent sample t-test. What is the condition? Maybe shall we even think about the condition? If you are going to do simple percentage analysis, what is the condition? The data should be nominal in nature. Yes or no? It should be age, demography, and everything. Are you all following this?
Yes, sir.
Right. If you're going to do descriptive analysis, your data should be in scale, because only with the help of average you can go with the descriptive analysis. Again, for one sample t-test, it should be scale. Can you all understand?
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
Yes, sir.
Now, bivariate analysis is independent sample test. So whenever you are using two variables, bi means two variable. What are those two variable? When you use independent variable, what are those two variables? Tell me, what are those two variable? It should be one independent variable and one dependent variable. Are you all following this concept?
Yes, sir.
When you say bivariate, there should be one independent variable and one dependent variable. Now coming to independent sample t-test, just tell me any one independent variable. Independent sample t-test, we all know it can use two groups. So the independent variable can be gender, because we have studied gender with two groups, male and female. Are you all following me? Yesterday we have discussed everything in clear. And we can compare gender with what? Gender with?
Customer satisfaction.
Yes, customer satisfaction, customer behavior, and
Behavior.
so many things. Right. But now the condition is, right? Now the condition is very simple. Gender should be nominal. Consumer behavior should be what? In questionnaire, it is in ordinal or nominal or scale. Gender, we all know it is nominal, right? But consumer behavior question data is in which measure? It is an
Scale
it
measure.
is an ordinal.
Scale.
Ordinal. It is an ordinal. It is not scale. It is an
In
ordinal because it is in ranked way. It is following certain order. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But for doing an analysis, this dependent variable should be in what form? I think again you all need to see this PPT screen, I think. I don't know whether you all have taken it.
Yeah,
See
yes, sir.
here,
Okay. Yeah.
this is independent t-test. Independent variable should be nominal. Dependent variable should be in.
Scale.
Okay. Do we have scale in our questionnaire? Answer is yes or no.
Yes, sir.
No. Answer is no, because in your questionnaire, you
We
have
have
only
ordinal.
nominal and ordinal.
Ordinal.
You don't have scale. So what we are going to do now, we have to convert the ordinal into scale. How are we going to convert? There are two options, right? So can you all see the variables whichever I have highlighted are what?
Ordinal.
Ordinal. And only ordinal variables can be converted into what?
Scale.
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 Because all the ordinal variables that we have here is independent variable or dependent variables.
Dependent variables.
Dependent variable.
Excellent. Dependent variables. Excellent. And see here in this table, all the dependent variables are expected to be scale or nominal, except for chi-square.
Scale.
It is scale.
Scale.
Only for chi-square, the dependent variable can be nominal. For all other tests, whether it is one sample t-test or ANOVA, correlation or regression, it should be scale. So now, before getting into any statistical analysis, what we need to do?
Conversion.
Convert it. So by using the SPSS, we can use this option transform. Can you all see?
It is transform compute variable. And what is the first thing that we need to compute? We have to compute this website safety ordinal data into scale.
Scale.
Shall we all do that?
Yes.
So web safety I have given equal to, I'm just opening a bracket. How many variables are there? Totally 4 variables, right? Or 5?
Yes. 5.
5 variables. I'm just moving the first variable. I'm giving this operation of plus, moving the second variable operation of plus, moving the third variable operation of plus, fourth variable operation of plus, fifth variable also, and I'm closing the bracket. Now, you all know the scale data will always be in decimal. And while converting all the ordinal data, we have to take what? We have to take the mean values, right? That is why yesterday I said mean and average is something very powerful for social science research. I'm going to use slash. How many variables I have taken? 5
5.
variable. If I give OK, what will happen? Computation will be happen. Now tell me, how should I check whether the computation is over or not? I should check in the variable view, the new variable is formed. How I should name this variable? As website safety. If I go to data view, can you see the last column? What happened here? What happened here? Yes. Yes, can someone tell me what happened here? We got the scale value or still it is ordinal?
Scale value we have
It
transformed.
is a scale value we have transformed. Now I have informed you how it should be transformed using SPSS. Can somebody guess how it can be transformed using Excel? Any guesses?
Average function.
We have to take the average function. That's all. Very simple. If you see here, I have already calculated. If I calculate for this 5 variables, and this is the average. What is the formula I have used? I have just given a summation of 5 variables and I've taken the website safety. Friends, are you all following this?
Yes.
Can I see some S, more S in the chat box?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I should at least see some 10, 20 years, then only I proceed. Perfect. I think I can see more S here. Great. Super. So now I'm not going to waste much of my time using this kind of computation. What I'm going to do now, I'm just going to take out the exact value that I have in the system and I'm going to paste it up because I have already computed it. Are you all following me in this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now what are all the values that we need? We need website safety. What else? And we need payment safety. Then we need product selection. We need transaction safety. So totally how many factors we are studying? 4 factors. Under what? Under consumer behavior. Now, we also need to study the consumer shopping experience and consumer satisfaction. I can also renaming the variable like pay SAF and prod selection and trans safety and consumer shopping experience, consumer satisfaction. Are you all clear? But now all the values are empty here. What I'm going to do? Am I going to compute it back or I already computed it?
We are going to do.
Right, I have already computed it, so I'm just going to take the values directly from that.
Okay.
Or you want me to compute everything one by one? It will take more time. So I'm not going to do that. Right? So I'm just going to copy it and paste it in this SPSS file. So we have all the data perfectly. So can somebody raise any question if you have any doubt till now? So what we have actually done till now, I think it's almost more than 40 minutes, I think. What we have done so far, we have opened the questionnaire. We have just copied and pasted all the coded data from Excel to the SPSS file under data view. And we have entered all the questions. We have coded all the values. Since we are very clear that we need exactly scale variables, right? Now we have computed the scale variables. Are you all following me?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Sir.
So, yes, madam. Yes. Yes.
Sir, can you repeat once again?
The computation of average, madam.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Madam, all we need is scale values, right? But in our questionnaire, we don't collect any scale values directly. For example, in order to study the website safety, we have collected data using an ordinal value using 5-point Likert scale. But according to statistics, we need scale value for everything, right? I don't know whether you're following the statistical test directly. Maybe I will explain here. Can you see my screen? Yes?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
For any statistical test, when you're doing, whether it is univariate or multivariate, you need basically two variables. One is independent variable. What is the next one?
Dependent.
Dependent.
Dependent variable. Keep this thing in mind, madam. Okay, very first thing. Only with this you can go with any type of statistical test. In case if you're using percentage analysis, normal frequency, right? You can do percentage analysis for independent variable or dependent variable.
Independent.
Excellent. Simple percentage analysis or for independent variable. And what is the data measure? It should be in nominal. Clear? For dependent variable, we don't do. Is my screen clear? I'm just maximizing the font size.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It's clear, sir.
Perfect. Now, what is the second thing? It is going to be descriptive statistics. Descriptive statistics are applicable for independent variable or dependent variable.
இவங்க ஸ்ரீ சந்தோஷ் அவங்க அப்பா கூப்பிட்டாரு. சரி எப்படியாவது பாஸ் பண்ணுங்க, எப்படியாவது பாஸ் பண்ணுங்க.
Descriptive statistics are applicable
வராம
for
பாஸ் பண்ண முடியாதுங்க.
independent variable or dependent variable.
போட முடியாது. 15ஆம் தேதி தான் வருவானாம்.
Dependable variable, sir.
நான் கண்ட்ரோலர்
Yes,
கிட்ட
excellent. It is for dependent variable. I think madam should go on mute. Right. And now tell me, if you're going to do descriptive statistics, you need ordinal data or scale. The dependent variable measure should be in scale or ordinal.
Ordinal.
It should be in scale. This is the trick that we have to understand. According to SPSS, with the use of ordinal, we cannot do any analysis. Right. So we need scale for descriptive statistics. Similarly, if you take independent t-test, right? Now tell me what should be the independent variable. For example, you are going to do independent t-test for gender, right? Maybe I can put gender directly here and consumer behavior. Okay. Now tell me what should be the measure. Gender should be in what form?
Nominal.
Excellent. Nominal. Consumer behavior should be in
Scale.
scale. And again, if you're going to use ANOVA test, you know why I'm using t-test, right? It is for two groups. I think yesterday I've clearly explained you two groups. Hope you're not having any questions under that. And now we are going to use ANOVA, one-way analysis of variance. It is also called as F-test. Why F-test is used for? It is for more than. Can somebody answer? It is for more than two groups. Is that clear? Now again you need what? One independent variable and one dependent variable. For example, the independent variable can be what? If you want to run an ANOVA, you can run ANOVA using which variable? Maybe age, because age have multiple groups. With consumer behavior again. Are you all following this? Now tell me what should be the measure for age?
Nominal.
Nominal. Consumer behavior should be
Scale.
scale. Excellent. Clear? Am I clear with you all? Right? Now, even if you want to do furthermore analysis, like I think you all like chi-square, so I don't want to miss out the chi-square test. Chi-square can be done for what? There is no limitation for groups. You can do chi-square for maybe marital status or maybe income and online shopping websites. Now tell me what is the measure for chi-square? Independent variable should be nominal. Dependent variable should be in. I want to answer from you. I really want you all to memorize this table. It will be very helpful for you. Please take some time. Now tell me what independent and dependent should be. Both should be in for chi-square.
Scale.
Scale.
No, both should be in nominal. See chi-square, nominal, nominal. Are you all following this?
Yes, sir.
Right? So, friends, this is what you need to understand. If it is a simple percentage, you can do it for independent variable and you need nominal. If it is descriptive statistics, you can do it for dependent variable and it should be in scale. If you're going to use t-test, it should be nominal scale. If you're going to use ANOVA, it should be nominal scale. If you're going to use chi-square, it should be nominal, nominal. Right? Maybe again, if you want to use any one sample, t-test, right? Here one group and mostly it is for dependent variable and again it should be in scale. Can you all understand? So for all the tests, you need to better memorize the values. But one thing I can tell you is we always want dependent variable to be in scale, right? I'm not going beyond this. Maybe beyond this, if you want me to go, I can use what more test? Correlation, right? Again, correlation we can do for what? we can do for maybe consumer behavior and consumer satisfaction. Both are independent. And again, for correlation, you need only scale. So friends, you need to understand this concept first. Then only you can go further into any analysis, right? Now I'm coming back to ma'am's question. We need scale, scale, scale. But what we are having in hand? Do we have any scale data here? Do we have any scale data here? Yes or no? Yes? Answer is clear. No. So we are computing ordinal data into scale. I think the computation, I think it looks very simple. You can even do it in Excel. What I have done here is just taken all the variables, right? Website safety, first variable, second variable, third variable, fourth variable. But I'm having all this in ordinal data. Now I need to convert that into scale. Mostly scale variables will be in decimal. What I have done here, I've just taken average of it. You can simply type a formula average of 5 variables and you can copy and paste it. Madam, is that clear now? Why we are converting ordinal into scale? Now the website safety got all scale variables for website safety, payment safety, product selection, transaction safety, and satisfaction as well as shopping experience. Any doubt now? Uh, if you have any doubt, stop me because without understanding this, there is no use in going further. Can you all understand this? Can I see some more yes in the chat box to proceed further? Maybe 10 to 20 yes. I think Madam Shanti, are you clear with this? I think Madam has asked this question. Okay, I don't think Ma'am is available. Fine. Yes, I can see more S in the chat box. We are proceeding now, right? So now we are going to forget about all the ordinal data because we are going to deal with only all this descriptive data. So we are just going to have another 30 minutes and we try to finish few tests from this list, right? Percentage analysis, do you have any doubt? Because yesterday I finished with that. You want me to do it again or shall I proceed further? Percentage analysis. Yes, anyone? Percentage analysis, you want me to do it again or shall I proceed with descriptive statistics? Why you're all silent now? Am I audible? Okay, I think
Yes, sir.
right. Right. And before that, you can also use percentage analysis for this yes or no question. Can somebody tell me how you normally put this yes or no question into frequencies?
Number of yes, number of no.
That's all. You're very right, madam. So if I run this frequency like yesterday, I will get mobile phone, apparel, grocery, books, electrics and electronics. This is one question. Amazon, eBay, Flipkart, Snapdeal, this is another question, right? What I normally do, I just export it into an Excel. I will just finish it off. And I will take the same data from the output. But you need to be very careful while you're preparing these frequencies. So you have to take a fresh Excel. And what is the questionnaire talking about this? Goods do you usually shop online? So you take a fresh Excel, you just type, okay, goods usually, you just rename the variable as per your wish. Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm just increasing the font size. And all you need to list here is what? The list of goods. And it should be yes, it should be no. And what we normally add? Percentage. And no again, percentage. Clear? Are you all clear till now?
Yes, sir.
Because I always see yes or no, people always give 5 tables. But it should never be 5 tables. It should always be single table. Now I'm taking the output, right? You all know that if you're very good in Excel, you can finish all this with a few clicks. So all you need to understand now is you have to go with just you don't touch any of the. All I need is just frequency 62 for mobile phone, and for no it is 103, and again here the percentage is 37.6 and 62.4 no. You can even do one by one slowly, or what you can do is you can just filter the yes. So you know the first 5 yeses for this 5 item, and first 5 percentages for yes. And then you can even take, if you want me to take the next yes, what is it for next yes? Any guesses? This is for the next question. This is for Amazon, eBay, Flipkart, Snapdeal. What is the title? Online shopping websites. Friends, are you all following this table now? If you're comfortable in Excel, you can do it, or else you can manually paste everything one by one. Then again, I can directly take this first 5 no and paste it here. And next 4 no, I can paste it here. And first 5 percentage here, and next 4 percentage here. So now what I need to do, I need to format it perfectly by changing all the font size and also the font, which should be Times New Roman 12. Now the table is almost ready. So can you see how you need to present the yes or no table? Can you all follow this? The yes or no table should be presented in this way. What is missing now? You need to add source for this. So what is source? Primary data. So what is the next step I'm going to do? Anyone? Taking a fresh Word file. I'm just going to give table 1 showing the goods usually shopped online. Is it look neat? And again, you have to type inference for that. Any doubt with regard to yes or no question? Anyone? Is it clear now?
We should not include total.
What is it, madam?
We should not include total.
Ma'am, but what normally I do is, I will just put n is equal to 165. If you add total, madam, it will be like little more excess, the column. So if you want, you can add n as 165. Or what you can do is, you can just put one small note as n is equal to 165. Then you don't want to add anything here. But what normally I do is, I will add one more column here, madam. Okay, on the right. Can somebody tell me why I'm using this one more column? Anyone can guess? Yes, anyone? Not for total, definitely not for total. Because it is understood, n is equal to 165 and it is going to be 100%. Is it clear now? If you are very good in presenting your data, you can add a rank. Now tell me, what is the rank? We should give first rank for what? Apparels and accessories. Mobile phones, it is 2. Books, it is 3. Electrics, it is 4. And groceries, it is 5. On what basis I have given a rank? Based on yes percentage, right? So now you can infer it better after explaining all the percentage. You can say people often uses online shopping platform to purchase apparels and accessories, and they use online platform to purchase groceries in a very less manner. That's all. Can you understand how even a small frequency table that can be presented beautifully? Do you all agree with me, or you have any criticism or comments? You are free to tell. Yes?
No.
Okay.
Agree, sir.
Can I proceed further with descriptive statistics? Yes. Okay, very good. So now friends, that we are moving on to the descriptive statistics. Again, as I told you, the descriptive statistics we are going to deal with only yes. So simple percentage is over. Now we are moving on to descriptive statistics. Now descriptive statistics, it's all about average. Go to analyze, go to descriptive statistics, and under that you can choose descriptives. And we have totally 4 scale variable, but you can take this variable only for the first 4. Can somebody tell me what this first 4 variables are for? This first 4 variables measures what? You can check the questionnaire. The first 4 variable measures the consumer behavior, right? Are you all following this? You can just check mean, standard deviation alone and give continue. and give OK. You will get this table. Can you all see this table? Yes. Just copy and you can very well paste it in a Excel so that you will see the values clearly. When you're pasting this in Excel, now you can do all the editing work, right? So you can make this as SD and you don't want so many digits. So you can restrict the digits to, after decimal, you can restrict the digit to 3, right? So what you can add here, factors of consumer behavior. Can you all see the screen?
Sir.
Can you all see the table?
Yes, sir.
Right. There is small typo. I think we can correct it. So we have just created this descriptive statistics for factors of consumer behavior with 4 factors. What is this mean value? What is this mean value for? This mean value actually explains the level of agreement that you have provided for each variable. So I'm just going to add 2 columns here. One is on my right and other one is on the bottom. Any guesses why these 2 columns are added in excess? Anyone can guess? Yes. Why this extra columns? Again, you can rank the factors and again you can provide an average. If we calculate average, it can be very simple. We can take the average of this, right? Can somebody tell me the rank for the first factor? So when consumer behavior are measured through the 4 factors, among the 4 factors, which one looks very serious?
Transaction safety.
Transaction safety seems to be very serious, very good. Then second one, we have a confusion, so we can see the furthermore digit. It is 6439. This is 6435. So we can ensure that these digits are 643. So the product selection is the second option and payment safety is the third one. Website safety is the fourth one. This is the rank that you can provide. And if you want to format it better, you can remove the decimals. Again, what you can provide is you can just copy it. You can format the font and everything. And you can just take it up. Go to the Word document. Now this is table 2. Showing the descriptive statistics on the factors of consumer behavior. You can give a title and you can just paste the table. And when you give source, can somebody tell me what is the source now? This is a very important thing that you all need to be careful. What is the source now? Is it still a primary data?
Secondary data?
No, it is a primary data, but it is computed using SPSS. So it is called as computed data. So can somebody tell me why I have given primary data directly here and why I have given computed data here? Friends, I know that I am actually taking much time on this data presentation because it will just take 5 to 10 minutes for me to do all the multiple clicks and tell you that statistic tests are over, you all leave. But that is not my intention. Even if you learn some small test, you need to be very thorough with what you are learning. Even by giving a source, it is very important. I have not given any note here as n because already we are mentioning n here. And this should be always small n because it is a sample. The primary data why I have directly used here is if you go and check the questionnaire with your naked eye, you can manually calculate all this yes or no on your own. But you cannot calculate manually the average of each factors. And this website safety as one factor is missing in your questionnaire. So we have computed all this data and presenting it as descriptive statistics. So the source should always be computed data. Is that clear to all? Shall I proceed further? It is still the
Yes, sir.
primary data, but the data is computed. Clear? So now the second univariate thing is over. Okay, now we are moving on to the third one. Hereafter, it is going to be just click, 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 right? So whenever you are moving on to the statistical test, before proceeding with the statistical test, what you need to frame? So far, with regard to percentage analysis and descriptive statistics, you no need to frame anything before. But if you are entering into a statistical test, what you need to frame? You need to frame hypothesis, right? As I told you already, even in this presentation, for every hypothesis, both null and alternative hypothesis, you need to use certain terminologies. For one sample t-test, you need to say that there is no significant difference in the perception of the respondents with regard to the consumer behavior factors. Can you all see the hypothesis statement? There is no significant difference in the perception of the respondents with regard to the consumer behavior factors. This is a null hypothesis or alternative hypothesis? This is
Null hypothesis.
excellent. This is null hypothesis. What is the alternative hypothesis?
There is a significant difference.
Right. There is a significant difference. That's all. Right? There is a significant difference. So we have framed a null hypothesis as well as alternative hypothesis. Shall I proceed further? Now we are going to test this hypothesis. In order to test this hypothesis, we have to take all the factors. How many factors are there under consumer behavior? We totally have 4 factors. Is that clear? So go to analyze, descriptive, compare means one sample t-test. Just take a shot of this. Analyze, compare means one sample t-test. Take all the 4 factors, give 4. In order to check their perception, we have to give a test value. Can somebody tell me the test value? Test value is a mid value of their perception. We are measuring their perception using what scale? 5-point Likert scale. What is the mid value or neutral value? What is the neutral value that we have given? It is 3. So the test value should be 3. And without any much thing, we can give OK. So now we got this table. Again, I'm going to paste this table in Excel. Can you all see this? And I'm just deleting all the unwanted items. All I need is t-value, degrees of freedom, and this value can also be called as what? The significant value can be called as what? P-value. Very good. P-value means probability value. So statistically speaking, you all need to understand the condition when the p-value is, I think I can even, yes, I think I can put it here. When the p-value is less than 0.05, what we need to do? Reject the, can somebody tell me or help me? Reject the
Null hypothesis.
null hypothesis and accept the alternative hypothesis. I am not teaching all the basic statistics. If you're already aware of the basic statistics, well and good, or just memorize it. If the p-value is less than 0.5, reject the null hypothesis and accept the alternative hypothesis, and vice versa. What is mean by vice versa? When the p-value is greater than 0.05,
Accept the null hypothesis and reject the alternate hypothesis.
that's all. That's all. Perfect. I can even greater than 0.05. You just accept the null hypothesis and reject the alternative hypothesis. Are you all following this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the next thing. Then what is the level of confidence? Level of confidence is 95% at 0.05 significance, and level of confidence is 99% at 0.01 significance. What is 0.01 significance? Anyone? In case if you're not considering 0.05, yes. If you're doing any serious study, you should go with 99% level of confidence. If you're going with a normal social science study, 95% significance is well and good. Shall we proceed further now with the data? So now tell me, on seeing this, right? On this one sample t-test, please learn Excel better so that you can understand the formatting work and everything. Factors of consumer behavior, right? I'm just formatting all this font size and everything, right? Again, this is going to be a computed data. If you want to do a ranking, you can do it again, but it should be based on t-value. Then source, computed data. So what I'm going to do now, again going to this Word document. What is the heading? One sample t-test on the factors of consumer behavior towards what? Online shopping. So the table is ready. You can say the table 3. One sample t-test on consumer thing. And you can also frame this hypothesis here. What is the inference? Can somebody tell me the inference for this? Yes.
Reject null hypothesis.
That's all. Since the p-value is less than 0.05, for all the 4 factors of consumer behavior towards online shopping, therefore, the null hypothesis is rejected. Hence, there is a, what is the answer? There is a significant difference in the perception of the respondents with consumer behavior factors towards online shopping. Friends, are you all following this? In your report, this is how it should be presented. But I have given a very simple inference. You have to give a very detailed inference. Do you have any doubt now? Any doubt?
No doubt, sir.
Okay. Can you all see that this is very presentable? There should be a title. There should be a hypothesis. If you are very good in your research, you can give some paragraph, introductory paragraph, why we are understanding this, right? Now tell me why this test is actually needed. What are you actually proving to the world through this test? Through this test, you are saying that for consumer behavior, for measuring a consumer behavior, you need multiple factors, and perception of people always differs towards varied factors. Can you all understand? So this is what you are actually communicating to the readers or to this world. So each and every test should have its own significance. Sometimes research is what they will do. Because of knowing SPSS and statistical tools, they want to perform all 5 to 10 tests in one paper or one thesis. That is not needed. Even if you use one small percentage analysis or descriptive statistics, this is enough, right? So today we have actually seen how multiple nominal data should be presented, and also how descriptive statistics should be presented and ranked, how one sample t-test should be used. This is all univariate analysis. Organizing team, can it take 10 more minutes, or shall I stop and continue tomorrow?
So you can take, sir.
Okay, can I take 10 more minutes or 15 minutes
Yes,
so
sir.
that I can finish 2 more tests, and tomorrow I can see the balance? What about
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
audience? Can you all continue
Yes,
with
sir.
me,
Yes, sir.
or?
Please continue, sir.
Perfect. Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Right. So now I'm moving on to bivariate test. So 3 things are over as of now. And I know that I'm very slow basically, and I just want you to understand it clearly. Today we try to finish at least independent t-test and ANOVA. This is our target for the next 10 minutes. So for independent test, it is very clear that you can compare 2 groups. And 2 groups, how many questions we have for 2 groups? You can see the questionnaire and you tell me. For gender, you have 2 groups. And for
Marital status.
marital status, you have 2 groups. Very good. Shall we do it for gender now? Now we are proceeding with the furthermore hypothesis. Now I'm moving on to the bivariate analysis. This is independent sample t-test. What is the hypothesis? Again, as I told you in the PPT, it is differences. So there is no significant difference in the perception of respondents, right? Difference between the gender and their perception towards online shopping factors. Friends, are you all following the hypothesis? There is no significant difference between the gender and their perception towards online shopping factors. Can somebody tell me this is a bivariate test? When you use bivariate test, you are comparing two. In univariate, is there any comparison? In univariate, is there any comparison of variables? Answer is no. But if you're moving to bivariate or multivariate, there will always be a comparative study between independent variable and dependent variable, or dependent variable and other dependent variable. We will learn that later. Now we are going to take the gender and their perception towards consumer online shopping factors. Shall I proceed now? Right? I think that somebody called me. Shall I proceed? Can I see some S? Perfect. So the online shopping factors, we have 4, and these are all dependent variable. I'm going to analyze, I'm going to compare means an independent sample t-test. So the tree is very clear. Analyze, compare means independent sample t-test. So I'm going to take the gender, right? Gender is going to be the group variable. So can somebody tell me what is the first group score? We have 2 groups. Who are they? Male and
Male and female.
so 1
One.
and 2. That's all. Give continue and take all the 4 dependent variables here and you just check it up and give OK. So now we have descriptive statistics table. People always think that this table is not needed, but don't think like that. This table is very much essential. So you always copy and keep this table in any of your Excel files. Right? I never leave even a single table because everything has its own significance. Can you all see the screen? This is the descriptive tables. But just imagine here I have a very long thing that is a very huge table. And do you think this huge table should be pasted in the report? Will it looks very neat? Do you think will it look very
No,
neat?
sir.
Okay, so here we have 2 values. One is equal variance is assumed and equal variance is not assumed. Okay, but always go with the first line of data. Equal variance is assumed, right? So don't go with the second value. Statistically, there are some reason, and statistically there is a significant reason for using a Levin's test. But when the Levin's test, I'm not going in detail to it because it will take another 20 minutes. I don't want to waste time. Levin's test, you can check online and YouTube materials to understand it. So what I'm doing simply, I'm just taking the simple first value, right? Can you all understand? Just go to the output and I'm just rejecting all the unwanted data. So the first Levin's test value is not needed. So all I got is t value, right? T value is here. Degrees of freedom is here. Degrees of freedom is nothing but n minus 1. Here, since we consider 2 groups, n is equal to 165. 2 group is 2, so 163. And again, for significant value, we are going to use p value. And all these things I don't want. I'm just rejecting it, right? Which is not needed. If you feel that you need it, you please use. Otherwise, it is not needed. So all I need is very simple. Only these details I need. So friends, can you all follow that? What are the values that I really using?
Yes, sir.
All we need is only, if it is a t-test, we need t value, p value. If it is f-test, we need f value and t value. If it is a descriptive statistics, all we need is mean value and standard deviation. Right? Factors of online shopping. Again, you can just check and you can adjust all the values here and just format it. And again, the sources, computer, data, right? And making it all center. So can somebody tell me what are all significant and what are all not significant?
Product selection and the transaction is safety.
Yes, perfect. Anything else?
Even payment safety, if it is 0.02, I'm not sure. I mean, it's not, it's blurred, the screen is blurred. If it is less
Can you
than
see it now?
0.05, yeah, yes, sir. Now it's
Yes. So all the three
three.
values
Payment safety
seems
also.
like less than 0.25,
0.25.
right? So are we clear now?
Yes, sir.
And can you all see what is the major thing that I've given? What I have given as a note, highlighted values are significant at 5% level, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
now I'm going to the Word document. Friends, I know that I'm wasting time on Word document and giving an inference because I think that it is necessary for your reporting work so that you can do it correctly, right? So now what we have done is we have compared the gender and their perception towards online shopping, and we have highlighted the significant value data. Clear? So you can give a note. Now tell me what is the findings? What is the findings? Since the p-value is less than 0.05 for
Payment safety,
all
product
the
selection.
online shopping factors except
Website safety.
website safety, at 5% level of significance, the null hypothesis is rejected, right? Therefore, there is a significant difference
Yes.
between the gender and their perception towards online shopping factors except website safety. Friends, this is a very short, brief inference, but you have to write a very detailed inference that is very imperative, right? You cannot just like that give this kind of a simple thing. Now you may ask me why descriptive statistics you have copied and pasted, right? Did I copy and pasted it?
Yes, sir.
Descriptive statistics, right?
Yeah.
This is the value that we got. This is the descriptive statistics value. Can you see, other than website safety, we have actually considered what we have considered, all other things are different. Yes or no?
Yes.
Can you see in the screen the differences between the perception of people is considerably different. It is 3.7, 3.4. It is 3.7, 3.3. It is 3.7 and 3.4. This is the reason they are saying male and female have a different perception. You can even ask me, sir, even 3.3 and 3.0 is different. But what is the difference actually has? Website safety has a difference, but more than safety, website safety, payment safety, product selection, transaction safety has a very big difference. And if you take a deviation, the deviation is very high for website safety comparing to the other factors.
Sir?
Now tell me, who's having more perception, male or female? Who is very concerned about websites, payment safety, product selection, transaction safety, male or female?
Male.
Male have
Male.
more
Male.
concerned about the payment safety, product selection, as well as transaction safety. Friends, you need to put all these detail where? In the inference clearly. So maybe what I can do is, the test revealed that the male respondents are very much concerned about the payment safety, product selection, and transaction safety towards online shopping in comparison to female respondents. So, friends, are you feeling that this is a convincing data? This is a convincing presentation of t-test?
Sir, the interpretation is okay, but is it not necessary to provide the descriptive data?
It is not necessary to give descriptive data within the report, madam.
Okay.
Sir, 1 minute,
I
sir.
think, yes, madam.
Subhashini, madam. Subhashini, madam. Hello.
Ma'am, I think you can call Subhashini madam and ask her to mute.
Okay, sir.
Right, yes. Right. I totally understand the disturbance, but I'm just rushing to finish it off, but still, right. Can you feel that this is very presentable? As madam asked, it is not necessary to add the entire descriptive table here, but what you can do is, I suggest is, you can do one thing here, madam.
Yes, sir.
If you take this table, this independent sample t-test table, you can add few columns here. Okay. This is what normally we do, but due to time constraint, I'm not actually teaching that. You can give male, female, mean values here.
Okay.
Can you see here, website safety? And
Yes, sir.
female this, and this one here, and this one here. From this, you can clearly say that this is different. This is also one way that you can present the data. Can you all understand?
Yes, sir. Now
So
it's
it's
fine.
all, the presentation is all your level of creativity, madam. And all we need is that we need to make sure that the data presented are clear to the readers, and it is what to say, it is convincing the readers that we have done a very good job with regards to it. That is more important, right? So this, even you can present your data like this. I think I can show you some sample, like normally when I do analysis, I present the data like this. For example, if this is a one sample t-test, and this is how I present the t-test for one independent t-test. Can you see here? If I directly show you the table, you get confused. That is why I'm manually preparing and presenting the table. Can you see it now? It is very clear. You have mean value, you have standard deviation also. Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Right. So now I'm just going to touch upon the final test for the day. I'm not going to chi-square. We will continue chi-square tomorrow. Independent t-test is over. And today I'm going to touch upon this ANOVA test. Balance, we can see everything tomorrow. So what is the condition of ANOVA? More than two groups. What are the questions that we have for more than two groups? One is age, other one is annual family income, right? Again, we are going to analyze. Compare means go to one-way ANOVA. Analyze, compare means one-way ANOVA. So what are we going to give in this factor? We are going to give age, and we are going to give all the four factors here. And again, I'm going to check post hoc test. If needed, you can give Duncan test, but if you need, you can give. I'm not giving it. Just take this descriptive to inference, and this is the data. So all we got is ANOVA table. I'm not going to do much thing now because of constraint in time. So I'm going to new page now. Right, I'm just pasting the table. And this is one-way analysis of variance test. And it is called as ANOVA. Right? Again, we have a hypothesis. Can you all see the screen now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is the hypothesis? There is no significant difference between age of the respondents and their perception towards online shopping. Are you all following me?
Yes, sir.
Right. This is the hypothesis and this is the table. Right? All we need is, if you want, you can delete this 3 column or 2 column, but we need the significant value here, less than 0.5. Right? Are you all following this? Now tell me, what is the inference? What is the inference? Since the p-value is less than 0.5, all the online shop there is a for all the online shopping factors
Except
except
transaction safety.
transaction safety, the null hypothesis is rejected. Therefore, it can be concluded that there is a significant difference
Split.
between the age group and the perception of
Online.
respondents towards the online shopping. So, except transaction safety. I'm just simplifying this. And now tell me, after this, what I need to check? I need to check the
Between
descriptive
groups.
tables. No, madam, descriptive tables.
Okay.
So when you see the descriptive tables, what we have found is The perception towards transaction safety, right, looks very similar. 3.5, 3.6, 3.7. But for website safety, see, people up to 30 years, they are expecting more website safety. People in above 50 years, they are not concerned about website safety. Can you see the difference? Friends, are you all seeing it clearly? Because descriptive tables are very important for drafting the inference, right? Similarly, when you take the payment safety, it is very high for youngsters. It is very poor for elderly people. Product selection, again, it is very young for younger people and it is very poor for above 30. But for transaction safety, it is common for everybody. So now what is the inference? The online shopping platform should give more priority to what? Transaction safety. And all the elderly people should be given due awareness about the website and payment safety. Is it clear? Whether you can give a justified, what to say, inference? So friends, we are done with 4 univariate analysis test, and here the simple percentage descriptive looks very simple, but it is also very important. And I know tomorrow we have a session. I start with correlation, regression, and then if time permits, I will move on to factor analysis, cluster analysis. Finally, I will tell you chi-square because I know chi-square is very simple for you, right? Or we can start with chi-square. Are you all clear with this? If you have any doubt, you can post, or otherwise we can close the session for today. And I really want to record my gentle apologies for the audio issues and also for this prolonged kind of sessions. Thank you all.
Sir, thank you so much. I have a doubt.
Yes, madam.
Sir, if you don't mind, can you show the variable view of SPSS? So in variable view of SPSS, there is a, what's that measures. In that measure, is it not necessary to change it into the scale or
Yes,
let it
madam.
be?
Yes, this is a normal question that everybody have.
Yeah.
Initially, we normally change it, madam. But whatever you
Okay.
load, it will convert automatically.
Okay.
According to it,
Hmm.
there is no much difference between nominal and ordinal. Because
Oh.
according to it, both nominal and ordinal look same. But just
Hmm.
imagine when we compute the scale variable, it automatically consider that as a scale.
Yeah.
For here,
Okay.
we can manually change it as ordinal. But
Mm-hmm.
even if you change it or not, it will take the values exactly as it is
Okay.
loaded.
So it will
If you
not
want, you
affect
can.
the any
It will not
analysis
affect.
in that.
No, no.
Oh,
That is
okay,
why
sir.
it didn't take much time for explaining all this.
Oh,
Because instead of explaining all this, if we concentrate only on this column, and this column, it is sufficient.
okay, okay, sir. Fine. Thank you, sir.
Yes, madam. Thank you. Thank you all for patiently listening, and thank you organizers for even providing this extra time. Thank you so much.
So please save the Word file and could you please share it
Yes,
in
madam.
WhatsApp?
After I think tomorrow is my last session.
Thank
Tomorrow
you.
I will try to share the PPT as well as the Word file.
Okay, that's
Send in
much
the questionnaire,
appreciated,
sir.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam.
So as we draw the curtains of day 2 of our workshop on univariate and bivariate analysis, I would like to extend a heartfelt vote of thanks to all who have contributed to making this day a resounding success. First and foremost, I would like to express our deepest gratitude to our esteemed speaker for the valuable insights, expertise, and dedication throughout the day. Your presentation were not only informative but also engaging, providing us with a comprehensive understanding of univariate and bivariate analysis techniques. Participants are requested to fill the feedback form, which is shared in chat box and YouTube streaming, which will be kept open for 10 minutes. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, madam, and thank you to all the participants. We will
Thank
meet
you.
again
Thank you, sir.
tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Sure, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Yes, madam.
Thanks.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.